Today we've got a big day. We've got to wash our car, we've got to clay our car, we've got to wax, and then we've got to do the plastic prep. I've got all the products here. I got a good special with all my products. I didn't have to pay full price. Very happy with that. And let's see what's in the box here. Clay bar, easy. Clay luber to go with the clay. Perfect. We've got an applicator microfiber cloth, looking good. We've got our sponge to apply the wax. And we have our butter wax, and we have our Clean-Slate. You'll be wondering why I got two boxes, and the reason I got two boxes is we've got 5 meters of van we have to clean, and then we have 5 meters of van that we have to clay bar and wax, and it's going to be a very big job today. That's why I've got this massive pillow here. It's gigantic. It's a good looking sponge. Let's see how we go with all of this. You might have seen my old video. I tried to restore the plastic bumpers. Well, we're going to have another go at that, but this time it's a different product, and it's a 2-part product. So with this product, we have to prep the surface and then apply the treatment. So that's also going to be very interesting. So we've got all our goodies here. We're good to go. So the first thing we've got to do, we've got to use the Clean-Slate to wash our car, to remove all the contaminants, any previous wax or road grime and things like that. Do the clean, do the clay bar, do the wax, and then we'll do some plastic prep too. So let's get into it. Okay, one of the most important parts of the job. You need a few coins, because we're going to do high pressure washing first. We're going to rinse off the car, and we've got our special car wash gold coins here. And probably this is the most important part. Start with a high pressure rinse, and make sure you go to the wash bay where you can access a high step, because we're going to get up on the roof. So I know you guys don't want to sit around watch me washing my car too much, but I thought I'd just give you some quick tips if possible. Remember, when you're cleaning your car, get in here with the pressure gun and wash out all the grime, because it really does build up all through here. And remember, just all through here, I don't know how the dirt gets into these places, but if you do have access to a pressure washer, it's really good to get in under here and clean under the wheel arches too. So this is probably the most important tip that I've got for the whole video, and most of you guys know it already, and it's like what the word says, clean slate. When you do any wash job or any car detail job, you want to start with a clean slate, and it's the foundation which determines how good the rest of the prep and the finished job is going to look like. So what I'm trying to say here is, make sure you put in a lot of time doing the rinse of the car, doing the foundation and the prep work, and then hopefully the final job will look its best. So in saying that, spend a good amount of time doing a rinse off, spend a good amount of time making sure you get in all the nooks and crannies within your car, and make sure the foundations are strong before you can move on to the next step. You probably understand from here that doing this prep job, it's in stages, so you want to do each stage successfully before you move on to the next. And that's why I'm probably going to spend an entire day doing this job, because I understand that with a good foundation we will have a good finish at the end. It's going to take a lot of time and effort, but it should look really good in the end. So let's see how we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, rinse off the car, then give the car a good wash, just to get any soap, scum, any road grime off the car. Look at this beautiful pillow. It's gigantic, it's massive. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Make sure you've got your good quality car wash, make sure you've got some gloves, and then we can take it from there. So we're getting there. Look at the size of this beautiful sponge. The sponge is gigantic, and if you own a van, it's perfect for this kind of jobs. Look at the size of this sponge. It's perfect. It was expensive, but I mean, it makes the job so much quicker. So I've done the basic wash. All the sudsing and the soaping's done. The car's rinsed off, and now it's for the clean slate. This is the start of the project, and hopefully it gets interesting from here. So it's saying here, mix 1 ounce per 5 gallons of water. 5 gallons is about 25 litres, 20 litres. So this bottle it'll go a long way. So I only need half of this bottle for about 45 litres of water, which is my big bucket. So that's really good. So it means I've got plenty of it. By the looks of things, I've purchased too much. So let's go and do the Clean-Slate. So you guys might be asking, why did I bother to wash my car first with this and go through that process and then use the Clean-Slate afterwards? Well, that's a really good question, because I was curious. I didn't want to do this process. I didn't want to go through all these stages, but I was curious if this product was much different than this. Like, is Clean-Slate, is that just glorified car wash? Is it just some sort of special car wash or something? Is it much different from this? And so I've just washed the car with this. I've just washed the car with this, and to be honest, I don't think they're that much different. This doesn't seem to suds as much. It's not as soapy, but I can't say there's that much difference between these two products. This might just be a very fancy kind of car wash. So if you're doing this car detailing job, maybe just the normal car wash might be okay. Like I said, if you want a solid foundation, maybe you want to go through all these stages. But what I'm trying to say now is these two aren't very much different from one another. Well, they seem to be for me anyway. So that's an interesting observation. The best thing about this job so far is this massive sponge. If you've got a huge van, mine's a medium wheelbase, but if you've got a long wheelbase or just a van or something, get yourself the biggest sponge you can get. To be honest, I think it was about $20 or $30, but it's fantastic and I get the job done really quickly. So that's one plus for the job so far. So I've finished the wash stage, I've rinsed off the car, and in my opinion, there is not much difference between this product and this product. I feel that this might have got into the grime, the road grime, a little bit more of an intensive clean. But maybe the difference between these two, maybe 10 or 20% difference. This seems to be a little bit more thorough. Now it's time to chamois off the car, dry it off, and then we can get into the clay bar section. So let's go. So I've just given it a wash. I've used the Clean-Slate product. I've given it a dry, taken it for a drive to get all the beaded water out of it. And I mean, it's just looking like a clean car at the moment. Hopefully with these products we can actually get something good out of the paintwork. I mean, it just looks like a clean car. There's nothing exciting. So our next stage is the clay kit. It's pretty straightforward. You break off a bit of clay, you work it into the paintwork, use the clay lube. The reason that I've parked out of the sunshine is it's very hot today. It's going to be about 30 degrees Celsius. So hopefully I'll do this undercover and we'll see how it goes. So I just clayed the bonnet. I just did a quick section for a comparison, and I mean, it does bring out a shine in the paintwork. I did do the headlights, and I know it's on the internet and it's hard to show through videos and things like that. Yeah, I know, I understand. But what I'm trying to say is it does improve the paintwork probably about 10 or 20%, and you do get a pretty good shine. I don't know how long it will last for, but I think you can even see there in the light a little bit. It does bring out a bit of a gloss. It did definitely do something to the headlights. They are a lot more glossier. So the clay bar might be a pretty good idea after all. I can say the paint has improved probably about 10 or 20%. There has been an improvement. It has picked out a bit of dirt and grime and things, but it's very subtle, very minor. But yeah, it is tough work doing it all by hand. But I can say it has improved the paint, and I still haven't even done the waxing yet, so maybe there's even more to benefit from this. So after about a good 3 hours of claying my medium wheelbase Mercedes Sprinter, I've pretty much done the whole car except the middle top roof section. And I can say that one clay bar will do my entire car, and one bottle of clay luber will do your entire car, and the cloth is absolutely buggered. But now for the results here. So for the results, it has increased the shininess and the gloss on my car. I would say about 20%, a good 20%. I did polish the car about a month ago, so I don't know if that helped, but the car is looking pretty shiny. And if you notice too, most of my van is windows, so there's a lot of windows on my van. If you have even more paint work to tackle, the job is even going to be bigger again. So you've got to remember that I didn't clay bar the windows at all, and it's still a pretty big job, but there you go. So the clay bar system. Is it worth the money? Well, it actually comes up pretty good. So I'm thinking it's a pretty good idea, maybe once every year, maybe once every 6 months. It is a lot of work, but it looks good.